Hello Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading. I wanted to get to you and to Capricorn first at the beginning of this week as we are embarking into some powerful and intense energies with the Sun conjunct Pluto, as well as Mars and Mercury and Venus and Saturn working in combination in the mix as well. And towards the end of this week, we have our Sun moving into Aquarius and then a new moon in Aquarius. So I wanted to see how the energy is affecting you guys. First and foremost, we are starting to get some reality checks, and you may have already been experiencing this through the last week or so, but there's more and deep truths, just getting truly honest with ourselves as far as giving our power away, as well as certain power and control dynamics within others, within our safety and security in life. So let's get into it. This is for Sun, Moon, or Rising in the sign of Aquarius. These are general, as I always say. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Check with your Moon and Rising sign and all that stuff. Or keep it in your back pocket, especially for this week as Mercury goes direct on the 18th. We're going to have another light switch go on, a lot more clarity. And there's going to be a big shift in energy from the beginning of the week as I'm reading this to the end of the week. So it's going to be quite intense leading up to the new moon in Aquarius. A lot of things we must acknowledge within ourselves. Deep inner truths. So let's see what comes through for you, Aquarius. We're going to start with an astrology card to see what energy is guiding and directing this reading for you. All right. For Aquarius. All right. We have Yin, which is the feminine energy within us. The Yin, the intuitive, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. And that's another thing that's happening this week. It's a big urge, a big push for balance within ourselves, within our masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. Not gender, but energy. And we're talking divine masculine, divine feminine energies. So this reading is speaking to your feminine energy, your intuitive receptivity, your trust and patience on your spiritual journey. Oh, we're going to get a few cards before we get into those for Aquarius. And as always, I thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I am so grateful for all of you. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please click the like button, as doing these two things truly helps with the YouTube algorithms as far as getting the messages out to more and more people who may need to hear them as well. And also with the growth of this channel. Greatly appreciated for all of you who do. All right, let's get into it, Aquarius. What is the message for Aquarius this week? We're being really guided through this energy as well. It's sort of a transitional time before we dive deeply into the age of Aquarius, which is different from Aquarius season. Aquarius season is when the Sun moves into Aquarius, which is towards the end of this week. Pluto starts to move into Aquarius in March briefly before it retrogrades back into Capricorn for a little bit until the end of the year. Then we're totally pushing into the age of Aquarius, a new paradigm altogether. What are the messages for Aquarius, please? I am not taking those, and I was guided not to take them. There was a very strange, I'm not even going to go there. There was something very strange with that. Thank you. First card out, we have inspiration. That's much better. For Aquarius. And my solar plexus just sort of started doing some funky things. So you may be getting activated within your solar plexus. We have balance. Yep. Becoming more self-confident. Self-esteem is on the rise. Maybe the Mars energy is starting to really do some positive things for you as far as feeling confident in yourself. Inspiring you into new things. Okay, we do have organization and legacy. Okay. Inspiration, balance, organization, and legacy. Let's dive deeper into this one for you, Aquarius. With more inspiration in being more receptive to the energies, to life, to receiving messages. So bringing more balance into your life. Okay. We have mental conflict and spiritual union. So, Aquarius, we're going to get deeper into this, but right off the bat, how I'm reading this under inspiration is that there had been some major confusion in the mind as far as a connection that links you to the spiritual realms. And I think there was a lot of overthinking and not enough receptivity of the incoming messages coming to you from your guides, from the spiritual realms. And that happens. We tend to stay in the logical mind, and it creates quite the story that makes no sense, but it can be very frustrating, very painful. And it's also linked to our wounds, our core wounds, what it is that we need to get honest within ourselves, where we have been giving our power away to another. Oh yeah, it really had you going back and forth, conflict and defeat. This experience threw you way out of balance, way off balance. And it could be linked to another, or it could just be linked to your connection to your spiritual, your higher self, the spirit realms. But this is also reflecting skipped steps in evolutionary astrology. So skipped steps are when we are perceiving things in our conditioned, linear, logical mind and not taking the time to go within, not taking the time to be receptive, not being in connection with our divine feminine energy, and instead, and being very impatient with the journey, we tend to try to race ahead to get answers that make sense in the logical mind. And when we do that, we tend to skip important steps that are placed on our path for us to learn on our journey, learn about ourselves, and also for us to reconcile within ourselves. So you've had to go deep within, back and forth, up and down, and retrieve your own skipped steps on this path to bring yourself back into balance and harmony with the spirit, with the other realms, and on earth. As above, so below. As within, so without. And a lot of times when we are driven by the mind, driven by desire, driven by other things other than our heart and what inspires our heart, we find ourselves in many chaotic and interesting situations for ourselves, which are just more lessons. It's karma. Our belief systems turn into real life experiences to then try and figure out, which if you try to figure out, again, with the logical mind, that's where you kind of get yourself trapped in that escape room of the mind. Tell me about organization for Aquarius. This is an interesting card to come out. What does this have to do with? Okay. Okay. And under legacy, we have love begins. Oh my. Okay, Aquarius. This organization that you've been trapped in fear, trapped in the mind, trapped in the old paradigm, the old story, your old beliefs. This is driven by fear. This is driven by the shoulds and shouldn'ts. It's linked to, when I'm reading organization, it can be a group. It can speak of collective energy. And I'm reading this as going with the flow of the collective energy, material and financial changes. There's a lot of fear here linked to what everybody else is doing, right? How everybody else is getting along and finding their own safety and security. But that's not where your legacy lives, Aquarius. Your legacy lives in the heart, in love. When you're passionate, when you're driven by love and love alone, not other egoic desires, which below that would be those things that hold us down, that keep us from being our true, authentic self. They tend to crack us open. Also, you don't follow your intuition when you're driven by fear. And yeah, it's basically fear. But your legacy lies with love and what it is that makes your heart sing. So you're being invited to really get real and honest with yourself at this time, Aquarius, to see not only what is it that makes my heart sing, because your heart already knows. What is it that keeps me from allowing my heart to sing? Going for what it is that has my heart singing. Singing a love for self, a love for life, a love for others. This is all about your spiritual journey with Yin. I'm hearing very strongly, Aquarius, all about your spiritual journey. Trusting it, having the patience to sit, reflect, meditate, receive your own answers, receive your own guidance. Okay, wow. Okay, big story here. Let's see if I can get these cards here. Okay, okay. So while in the mind, in the mental conflict, that just really kept you in a very, in depression, giving up. I don't know, like you just like, there's a lot of loss here in this card, a lot of agony, a lot of pain, emotionally. This speaks of whatever has your heart singing, whatever it is that brings love to you has been lost or is not accessible to you. Wheel of Fortune, this is also the karmic wheel. As cycles change and turn, there may have been lost opportunities to jump out of this energy, but you have another chance. We always get more chances, jump out of the mind and back into the heart. And that is, okay, at first, you may have been going towards, oh, let's see. Let me get one more on this because I'm getting two readings. Either you had in the past, you would get the ebb and flow of energy. You would be pulled into the new spiritual realms, but then pulled back into the old paradigm because that's where the mind is conditioned and programmed into, where you're confident and secure and safe in the material world. However, something happened recently that gave you new courage and a new inspiration to connect with your heart and soul on this path. And it's really turned you around. Look at that lion. Taming the ego and seeing truly what it is internally that had you operating this way, in the old way. Because the new paradigm is not of any judgmental, superficial, it's not anything that your mind had been telling you. And it was really trying to train you, reprogram the mind into acceptance of self, acceptance of others in their uniqueness and where they are. And so you're being redirected back onto your legacy, your true path of self-expression, true, authentic self-expression for yourself. It's a lot. It's a big reading for you, Aquarius. All right. Balance. 7 of Swords. 6 of Cups. Death and the Fool. Yeah. So you had been following and chasing a dream, a fantasy, an illusion that was tied to what you truly, your true heart's desire, what brings you, what lights you up and feels good and is amazing, right? But then when you were brought back down to earth, when you were grounded, the reality of the situation did not match up with the sensation that you had that was pulling you, the moon's energy, pulling you towards. And there's a reason for it. It's meant for death, for transformation. It's meant to strip away everything that you had known and thought you knew and open you up to newness and open you up to your divine feminine energy, your intuitive, receptive, trusting, patient, spiritual self. And now we have the Fool. You're being invited to do that once more. Trust. Have patience with the journey. Be receptive. And allow the energy to flow. Allow to follow your heart and your feelings. This is where the balance will be found here. Getting out of groupthink, group dynamics, keeping up with the Joneses, looking to others to see what they're doing, comparing. I'm not hearing competition, but comparison is a big one here with this organization. Really just kept you trapped in fear, worrying about what other people think, how other people are, what they're talking, how they're talking about you. We have the Magician at the bottom here, the Seven of Wands, and their organization. This is having the courage and the bravery to stand up for your beautiful self, regardless of all the other energies that are directed at you, or you perceive directed at you, watching you, and judging you. That's pulling you out of like even caring, because guess what? Those people are going to also be going through their own change. It's like break away from that mentality and allow yourself to create your legacy, your truth. Magician, Six of Swords below that, which speaks of, you know, coming back, finding balance within the mind, balancing masculine, feminine energies in the mental, in the mind. All right, last layer for Aquarius. What can we see here as a result of this path? I keep hearing convoluted, convoluted path. It's meant to be that way, Aquarius, so it's not you, but you got into the head too much and you really let your fear take over. Fear of not having enough, fear of not being safe and secure, fear of being misjudged. But you're coming out of that, standing up for your beautiful sense of self. I'm hearing once and for all. It's been really hard to be inspired to follow your true path. When you're in the head, when you're in the mind, when you're still in the old programming, when you have others surrounding you, and depending on what environment you're in, Aquarius, there's a lot of energy that still sways. It can pull us and have us go one way or the other. Pay attention to that. All right, on the floor, pay attention to this next message. Okay, and this is what I was already hearing before the card came out, so okay, if I can get it. Five of Pentacles, linked with the Eight of Pentacles too. So you may have you still are perceiving it as losing someone or something that really represented your connection to your spiritual connection, to your higher self, to spirit. And that really had you spiral all the way down so that you just sort of felt numb and lost. Bringing more fear of like, what have I done? I'm going to lose everything now, or maybe I already have lost everything. It really had you spiral way downhill. Five of Pentacles. And you may still fluctuate between the two. And this is spirit working with you. Have patience. On this card of the Five of Pentacles, it shows a woman holding a child, and she's on the inside of the church. But she fears that she may be alone in caring for herself and this child, and that she may need help and has nowhere to turn to. And again, that's linked to fear. You're not alone, and you have support. Abundant support. You may not feel strong enough for this journey because you're still in the mind. But you haven't lost anything or anyone. We're all connected. So as long as you haven't lost yourself all the way, you haven't lost anything. King of Pentacles. There you go. The message already came out before the card. Confirmation. It's all within you. And sometimes that's a really hard thing for the mind to grasp. So you want to get out of the mind. See how we are all interconnected. When your energy shifts, so do those connected to you, as well as others that you're not even aware are connected to you. When you make a deep and transformative, not from the mind, again, from the heart, when you're following your own passion, your own inspiration into a spiritual journey, so do others that are connected to you in their own unique way. Again, we're all on our own path. We must accept ourselves, our unique path, and others. Everybody is going to learn and connect to their higher self in their own unique way. We really can't stand in the way or judge them. Some people really hit rock bottom. I had near-death experiences. Multiple. I was very stubborn when I was younger. Before I woke up to the truth of myself. All right. Knave of Wands. So again, all right, we have the Devil at the bottom. It's important for you to really check in with yourself, deeply be honest with yourself. What is it within you that still keeps you chained to this old paradigm? Has you stuck in old ways of thinking and being? What fears are driving you still to not branch out into your true authenticity, into your heart? You are starting to get it. You're starting to, okay. It's a slow process. And again, be patient, be receptive, be very receptive, Aquarius. You're standing up for yourself, your truth. Even if it's not verbally, your energy is like, okay, this is me, and no longer taking the hits from others personally. And now this is okay, what can I do with this newfound confidence and energy? I have some ideas. But you really want to get in touch with your heart for that inspiration, for the sacral energy to start to flow through you. So I'm going to get you one last message here, Aquarius, to wrap this up. And again, if you like this video, please click the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Truly grateful for all of you that have. This is an important week for us all, and it will be an intense week of revealing things that we may not have totally or at all been conscious to, that we're operating within us, causing us to give our power away and not be fully authentic to ourselves. The answers you need are coming, Aquarius. Yes, so be open, be receptive. Be in alignment with your intuition, your divine feminine energy. Energy, not gender. And you're very close to achieving your goal. That's what I was getting with this energy. I just got the chills. So even though you may still feel somewhat confused as to how do I fully branch out of this old and into the new, it just requires to drop into your heart, really be receptive and open to everything outside from the bigger picture. Whatever's going to be happening this week, Aquarius, be the watcher, the witnesser, the observer of yourself, your energy, your feelings, your emotions, all of that, and the answers will come to you. And you will be able to move past this part and into new opportunities, new flow of energy. So that's what I have for you this week, Aquarius. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.